I just feel it's an extremely bad situation. And I worry as a woman, not only in solidarity with other groups, but for women as well, that what kind of language does this let in? You know, I was tweeting about it earlier today, and people said some of the most disgusting stuff about me. I mean, they were just looking at it an excuse to say something bad about me. And this, unfortunately, Mr. Davidson needs to realize that he created the opportunity for that.
You dumb bastard bitch. Mr. John, you disabled Tourette's having bigot. You have created an environment somehow for people to just start hurling slurs, even though that kind of, I don't know if anybody knows what the KKK is or Jim Crow is. People like that already created that environment. A disabled dude, no, he didn't. Sorry. Like this is shit like that. It's shit like this. Well, I'm supposed to look at it and rationalize their take when their take is, hey, disabled guy who can't control when this word burps out. You have now made it evil for everybody else, especially the poor women. Mind you, you're white. You are more of a fucking issue than anyone else. You are more of an evil doer than anybody else. Your whiteness right now, it's infringing upon my blackness, and I can't do it. Right now, you're infringing upon my blackness, and I can't stomach it. The dude got Tourette's, and I stand by what I said. Like, initially hearing it for the first time, of course, anybody's gonna be like, what the fuck? But then you realize this motherfucker got Tourette's. And if you're somebody who knows, even on a base level, what Tourette's is, it's like that anger that's probably at like a 9 or a 10, that probably simmers down to a 6, maybe even a 7. Because you can still be mad, but it's like, okay, it's like motherfucker can't really control that. And then you still got to factor in the fucking BBC, who got the phone call from Warner Brothers to edit that shit out, because on a 2-hour delay, guess who else heard it? Warner Brothers heard it, and they didn't do it. They censored everything else, all the other shit, and you don't censor that. You wanted this problem. You wanted the problem, and now you got motherfuckers with Tourette's getting ostracized and made fun of and being viewed as racist. And I think the best part, to me, the funniest part, why is that word even in your vocabulary? As if every slur isn't recognized by everybody in this fucking country. Okay, you name me, the only people would probably be babies and children. But you mean to tell me a motherfucker don't know about the slurs for blacks, the slurs for gays, whites, Asians, Mexicans? Really? You gonna try to play that card and think that's gonna work? No. Sorry, but we all know these words. It's in all of our vocabularies. Sorry. But before I get to the meat, I just want to establish how my point is proven every single day by stupid people. Because how, on February 23rd, are people running around with this video of Kyle Basinga going and having this interaction with law enforcement? How are they sitting here saying, oh, this was footage that shows him prior getting in interactions with the police? And when you sit there and you talk about it and you say that, oh, I think a few days prior, you think it was very recent? This is from September. It's easy to figure out. All you got to do is go to his Facebook, scroll down. You can find the video. You can find the date. This is from September. But no. Georgia State Police Department officer Christian Carrico was recorded illegally searching and harassing Kyle Basinga weeks before? No, months before. 5 months before. In order for this version of events to make sense to a stupid person, you have to now think that this man had an interaction with Kyle, and then ever since, because Kyle didn't get on his knees and bow to the white oligarchy that is a police officer, that officer has been planning for 5 months, documenting every single solitary step that Kyle has taken, and then waited for him to go to the woods and took his life. Now, the chances of that are low. They're not zero. But it's at that point when you make that assertion, you have to prove it. You can't just say it and then tuck your tail in your ass and run. You need to prove that, because when you say that and don't prove it, I think that falls under the category of misinformation, or as I like to put it now, racial fan fiction, where somebody is desperate for a story to line up because they can't grasp that somebody might have taken their life. Because all of this is easier. It's easier to say. It's easier to sit with. It's easier to lie than it is to just say, mental health is a battle that people got to deal with. Oh, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult to do. But now I'm on to the meat. Now we're into the meat of why this stream exists. I told y'all a week ago when Chibi was running around saying, "Hey, my fiance, my wife cheated on me, blase, 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 blase," and he had mentioned that he was with her for years. And got engaged in 2024. Motherfuckers was bringing up the age difference. And how apparently this motherfucker was engaged to her when she was 18. And he mentioned that the motherfucker, he was with this bitch for years. So that would stand to reason we might got a problem here. And I said it. If it get to a point where this dude like continuously ignores this, he has to answer this. Because if he doesn't, he will now have it being brought up that this motherfucker was grooming a minor. And if he doesn't want that on top of all this other shit on his back, he got to at some point just say, "No, I was not engaged to an 18-year-old that I've been dating for years." Here's the proof that this is a grown adult when I met him, a grown adult when I engaged. Because if you just leave that like that, it now emboldens a motherfucker who already don't like you to say that this motherfucker was getting it on with a child and now reached the point where they were engaged once they were of legal age. And then has to then explain how that fiance, who was apparently 18 years of age, cheated on you with your friend. Listen, bro. The entire situation just breeds cuck. But I'd rather you be a cuck than a child molester. I'd rather you be a cuck than a child molester. I just would. Like, I honestly would just rather you be a cuck than be a child molester. Because a child molester, yeah, you jail. A cuck, you just get laughed at. But speaking of motherfuckers getting laughed at, not to the meat. I didn't sped run everything because I'm staying on topic this stream. I don't know what it is. But the pipeline, as the kids call it, from random VTuber who's a grown adult with a pinky in their mouth to anti-woke right-wing conservative VTuber, yeah, that pipeline got to be studied. And you know what? I've dedicated so much time to the depravity of VTubers. I'm finding out all this different shit. I'm finding all these different types of VTubers. I found out about VorTubers about 2 weeks ago. Like, I'm going down this rabbit hole discovering how fucking degenerate these mentally inept fucks are, because they're all weird. With the exception of like the ugly VTubers, because the ugly VTubers, they just make an ugly VTuber and just watch memes. They don't promote porn to children. I hate this rabbit hole. I enjoy this rabbit hole because I'm supposed to listen to motherfuckers with anime characters of themselves talking about Christian values and how America's fallen. And this don't look like no old model for the foregone days of 2016. That looks like the same model of today with one thing removed, a Bink E.
Ice cream, so good, fire. Yes, fire.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
It might be the earliest I've ever played that. It truly might be the earliest I've ever played that. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? This how you garner an audience as a VTuber? You see, look at my little thing. Look at it. It's just a version of me. We get a little dance. Look at him go. Look at that little motherfucker dance. That's about as good as it's gonna get. I'm not adding a binky or a bottle or a diaper to the motherfucker, because that's just weird. I'm 26 years old. That shit is weird. I would just be expressing who I truly... Nigga, you weird. I jerk off to children through picture pages. You're weird. You're weird. That's really it. You're a fucking weirdo. You think just because you got 5 other motherfuckers that do it with you that make you normal? No, that's a gang of weirdos. But fuck it, keep listening to it.
Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Yes,
This is where y'all get y'all Christian values from. No one, hey, I ain't gonna fucking lie. No wonder conservatives suck. Look who their mascots are online. Listen, there's only one. It seems to me that there's only 2 online conservatives who actually try their best to hold true to conservative values. And you may disagree with me, but as I observe these motherfuckers, there's no way I can't for the life of me not look at them and say, you know what? These are probably your only 2 examples online. Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh. You can hate them. You can. But oh my God, compare them to this shit. It's night and fuck. It's night. And then there's the fucking earthquake. There's only one Christian I respect online in the online space, and it's Peachy. I'd argue Nick Freitas. If you talk about Fuentes, it's not happening, buddy. I'm telling you like a man, Nick Fuentes is not in that category. He's not. He's not in that category. It's not happening. Nick Fuentes is not in that category. You got a guy who is an utter pussy. Not Fuentes at all. So who the fuck is Nick? You know what? I don't even know who Nick Freitas is. I don't care. I don't know who it is. I only got 2 categories. Who's Chibi? This is Chibi. Well, not that Twitter account right there. Right here. Nayara. Stay away from kids, you ghoulish freak. You're one of the most vile individuals. This is somebody who like brags about lolly porn online, talking about stay away from kids. And it's like, I understand the sentiment of like the trans kid thing, especially when you recognize that a motherfucker who was a teenager talking about being trans killed their mom, all because the mom was misgendering and not affirming. Like cool, but you know who else needs to stay away from children? A motherfucker who promotes any type of porn. You understand me? Nick, I'm not reading that. You are one of the most vile individuals I've encountered on this app, with no kindness within your soul. You are literally grooming kids with your ideology. Hey man, promoting porn is that, you know, that's a way to groom kids. That's a way to groom kids. Like that's a way to groom kids. What else we got down here? Never knew this, but Leaflit has same-sex attraction to females. That's not conservative Christian value.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. I think girls are very hot. I have had...
What a brave take. What a brave take. Women are hot. Another thing is like this weird mindset, and it's really only from conservatives that I've ever seen, where they want to say a brave take, but the brave take is some shit we've heard before. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to say it. Women are hot. Oh God. Oh, God.
Had a girlfriend before, okay? So I don't want to hear shit from anyone, any of y'all saying that I hate gay people. I don't want to
Well, that doesn't line up with those conservative values, buddy. Hate to break it to you. So you're going to have to start being a little bit homophobic. Gonna have to start burping out some slurs just so that you can, hit that quota.
fucking hear it from you. Oh God, Captain Krabs, this is not the conversation. Oh no. Oh no. Captain Krabs, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
What is this? Leaflit has a hentai folder and has loads of porn on.
Oh, that's Monka Toss. Why is there so much porn on my phone?
Oh,
that's.
I'll tell you why. It's because you looked for it, bud.
Oh, that's a hentai filter. All right, let's see. Okay.
Listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. I done told y'all, grannies got black. I done said it with all the confidence in the world, because that's grown adults. You know how off-putting and weird you have to fucking hide it? You know how off-putting it is to tell people, oh my God, why is there so much porn on my phone here? Oh God. Oh my God, it's hentai. Oh, it's lolly. You see how if you was like, oh, Leon, you watch porn. Yep. Granny's gone black. Not compared to a motherfucker like this or a motherfucker like Chibi. These motherfuckers get all squeamish, like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. These motherfuckers have to explain it. And I'm not pregnant. Leaflit and Asari, her mommy, talking about hentai reference. Oh, God.
Rate my waifu. Okay, rate my waifu. Okay. It's the freaking hentai face.
Leon want to play roadside reading? Not now. I am investigating degenerate VTubers because I am on a VTuber fucking belongs in a gulag arc. And no, Chicky is not a VTuber. Chicky is an ASMR tuber. That's different. There's difference here. There's differences here.
SMH.
Mommy has hentai face now.
SMH.
Any other
We
black
do the
folk
mommies
wanna
do like
engage
do
in
like the
radical
you-
activism
No, I'm
in
not
this fucking
pregnant!
Chat? Suck my fucking cock.
First of all, to think that I would impregnate a woman. To think that I would impregnate a woman. How could you? How dare you? How could you? How dare and how could you? Think to yourself.
You do like blush. You have like the blush on. You have an open mouth, and your eyes have to like roll to the back of your head.
Wait, what? Why?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't. I don't want to see that shit.
It's okay, Leon. I thought you impregnated a man. That is a title to give your stream? What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? Because when I have to just like a man, like a man. I can't pronounce your fucking username. When I have to see grown ass adults in a Discord admitting to sending thigh pics to minors, and then they explain it by saying they were groomed by said fucking minor. I can't do, bro. Like, that don't make no sense. I can't do it, bro. I can't, bro. I just can't. Some strange lore about Leaflit is that she previously did GFE-like content. Specifically, she engaged in Emoto's sister age regression role. Leaflit has been a very I don't even want to read that. But fuck it, we got to stomach it.
I've been a bad girl.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
I might actually break the record for how much I use that, or how much I press that button this stream, because I don't know how much I'll be able to stomach. Just so you know, there's a book on locals. What is that? I am not hip. I am not hip to internet lingo. What is that? What is that? Is that some type of perv? What is that? What is a lol cow? Is that some type of rapist? Like, what is that? Leaflit knew about the grooming and said he should. He said he should not have been on the app. Oh well, that's a fucking horrible fucking way to look at it, bro.
Please punish me, Ugu. Thank you for the head pats, Oni-chan.
That's.
Thank you for the head pat. Oh my god, I'm an NPC streamer now. Gang gang.
I'm gonna become a politician. I'm gonna become a politician, and I'm going to get VTubing banned in every single state. I must become the president of the United States. I'm taking away y'all free speech. I'm gonna take away y'all right to have VTuber models. Fuck it. I will be the dictator. Leon be Captain Durag? Fuck you. Were you around the commentary when someone called Channy was a thing? No. Or was I? Don't make me ask Chris like what a Channy is. That sounds like a slur for Asian children. Like Leaflit in baby speaking voice would state the following.
I'm such a little bundle of energy. I'm almost 16 years old.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
Leon actually takes a substantial political. I've had that take for years. I've had that stance for years. I want y'all free speech gone. You know why? It's because I see shit like this. And happy birthday. Who said they turned 27? Happy birthday, Dill. Happy birthday to you. You're getting closer to dying. You have a life full of regrets. You're gonna wish you were younger again. Yay! Oh, we got another one. This motherfucker turned 25 on Tuesday. Happy birthday, aesthetic butter. You're closer to dying. You only got a few more years to have a baby because your uterus is gonna shrivel up and die. Yeah! The fact that I just did both of those off the cuff tells me a lot about myself and who I am as a person. How do you know they're female? Because aesthetic has said on numerous times how much she enjoyed getting fucked. And you know, while I am an individual who y'all can say almost anything to, sometimes I wish y'all pump the brakes. I think that was Karma, who came in here on a stream. I think it was like at 10 o'clock at night, and said that she was on the phone, like having phone sex. It's like, listen, bros. I'm cool with y'all telling me about y'all day, but oh God. Oh my.
I'm only 16 years old. Look at me. So cute. Oh, cool.
You'll never be able to wash this stink away. Like, I'm sorry. You will never, you will never ever be able to wash this type of stink away. Why do we have to suffer through this? Because, no, it was not me. Because Chicky, I am on a mission. I am on a mission to learn, to, as the kids say, edumacate myself on the degeneracy that comes from grown ass fucking adults pretending to be children online because their mental state is fucking terrible to the point where this is acceptable to them. I will not make it stop. We shall continue.
Oni-chan.
Mind you, these are all Americans. Like, these are Americans doing this shit. Like, these are Americans doing this shit. And you wonder, like, This shit is the reason why it took so long for anime to become popular or mainstream, and we are seeing the ramifications of that in the West. All of this shit, it's commonplace in Japan, but in the West, oh god, no.
Oni-chan. Well, I can't even say it with a straight face. Oni-chan.
Harmful opinion. Yeah, I know. We'll get to that, but we're here now.
What? Oni-chan. When I grow up, I want to marry someone like you.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
Oni-chan. Oni-chan. Oni-chan.
This is what y'all do. And you know the sick part? This ain't catered towards kids. None of what you're seeing right now is catered towards children. This is catered towards one specific type of person. Grown ass men. This is for grown ass fucking men. This ain't catered towards children at all. Why the fuck am I seeing?
Oni-chan, upsies.
Oh my god, I hate you. That's so.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
All right, that's enough. We're done. We're done with it. We're done with it. We're done with it. We're done with it. Let me show y'all. Matter of fact, let me show y'all a real. That's a real model right there. Look at him go. But we're done. We're done with this. We've made it to the end. What the fuck? Wait a minute. I know this. Wait a minute. Kyram, that's you? Why was this on your phone? What the fuck? Why was this on your phone? Check Kyram the Frozen, because he's in the YouTube. Check his fucking hard drive. What the fuck? So anyway, back to this. Back, because we now have a part 3. We have a part 3. Oh, and by the way, Kyra, I sent your fucking comment about Peachy to Peachy, and she responded with a crying emoji saying, "Aw." Peachy says hello. Peachy says hello.
There's going to be a hefty intro on this one, boys, but I'm sure someone in the comments will provide a timestamp if you want to see where I start looking at Leaflit's comments. Over and over, in response to my last couple of videos in comments and elsewhere, I see people very upset that I'm blaming Leaflit for this stuff that was done in her Discord. I feel there's been a misunderstanding.
I mean, fuck, I would. I would, because that's your Discord. That's your Discord, where you gotta man that shit. You are responsible for that shit. If your community is coming into your Discord, that is your responsibility, fuck nugget.
Understanding. I said Leaflit should address it. I didn't say answer for. I didn't say...
No, I'ma say answer for. Fuck, that's your Discord. Answer for it, fuck mouth.
Be punished for. I said it's something I'd like to see her address, as in give attention to and fix. In my first video, I showed an example of someone who says they're 14 and 15, repeatedly talking sexually with other members in a mixed age Discord, having attention drawn to them over and over and over again.
Time out. It's not her Discord, it's her mom's.
We need to kill him. We need to get...
Listen to me and listen to me hard. Because I'm going to ask you honestly. I'm going to ask the question honestly. No gimmicks, no gotchas, no nothing. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean the mom created or holds a Discord or is the oligarchy leader of the Discord to where motherfuckers are sending thigh highs to children and then blaming the children?
and being allowed to remain. When they were finally banned, it was only because of pressure that was kept up by the people who wanted this kid gone. And I made the suggestion of simply banning minors. To quote myself, I said, "Your life could be a lot easier if you just nuked kids on site." This wouldn't even actually be a new policy. It would be a rollback. You can see in 2021 that they used to do this. They used to get rid of any kids they knew about. So this...
I know what the channel is called. My problem. My problem. My problem. It's just my problem. Why are we not addressing it? Why are we making things out to be like left versus right? This ain't left versus right. It's weirdos sending thigh highs to children. Fuck your political beliefs. Fuck them. Like, fuck all y'all political beliefs. They all suck anyway.
This is originally an 18+ server that at some point they decided to open up to kids. I don't know when exactly or why, and my obvious suggestion is to go back to that. I don't think that's too crazy or evil or unfair at all. People have talked a lot about what I'm trying to do to Leaflit. What I'm trying to do is get her to do something like that. Listen to what I say in those videos. Doesn't matter if you can say it's not my fault if what you're doing is letting everything go to shit. That's my repeated argument. I think what I'm suggesting is quite clear. Now, many people in the comments have argued that I can't suggest Leaflit do anything about this because she's not the owner of the server. It's nothing to do with her. And Leaflit can be seen in there saying, "I literally do not own this server. Did you know that?" She said that a few times, and in 2025 you can see her saying technically it's a fan server. And many people have told me her server is the Patreon one. And this is a common source of confusion. The server I've been looking at is Leaflit's official Patreon server. One of my little minions went to Leaflit's Patreon. If you buy into the £8 or the £39 tier, you'll be granted
39 pounds. 39 pounds. Like 39 pounds, 39 euros, whatever the fuck. For Discord, hey, you gotta, I ain't gonna lie, paying $1 to be in a Discord, British cigarette. Paying $8 to be in a Discord, British cigarette. Paying 40, British cigarette.
Discord access and Patreon exclusive channel access. When you use the link that Patreon gives you to get that Discord access, it is this server. If it's true that she has no power over it, I think she probably shouldn't be selling people access to it and access to channels within it. Another interesting thing to note, while people point to Leaflit saying she's not the owner, and they say the mods run it, none of the comments or messages I've read say which one is the owner. Other people like Gibbs on Twitter and KF have done similar with other tools as well, but I used a better Discord plugin called Permissions Viewer to take a look. And it turns out that the mod who has the owner role is someone called Asari Mitsuha. Leaflit fans will certainly know who this is. For people not familiar, Leaflit's main channel isn't Leaflit, it's Leaflit and Asari. This is the other half. This is Leaflit's mother. This is who the...
God damn it. So it's a fan, so it's somehow a fan account that's run by the mom where you motherfuckers are sending thigh highs to children.
Plugin identifies as having the owner role. It also identifies Leaflit herself as having admin privileges, and she has made a unilateral stand against behavior in her server before. Regarding an uptick in people saying slurs about trans people, Leaflit stepped in to say, "I'll just say it myself, even though I'm not the owner of the server. While discourse is allowed and appreciated, please be chill about it. We welcome civil discussion, but we do not welcome slurs or direct personal attacks. Discussing cultural or LGBT stuff is fine, but using it as an opportunity to throw slurs around instead of facing the cultural argument itself is unacceptable, even to me. You have the freedom to say these things, but I have the freedom to not like it and to not allow it in our private community."
So the slurs are bad, but the thigh highs, that had to be argued.
We need to kill him.
I'm getting to a point. In my life.
And you can say it somewhere else because I want a place where discourse is based on the content and logic and not on personal insults. She then even says if people are too off the rails, they'll have to make more rules. My plea to Leaflit is, you also have the freedom to not allow kids. Your friends, fans, and people who just generally like you can make all the excuses they want for things that happen as a result of welcoming minors with open arms and your mods being flakes. Would it not be better to simply not have to make excuses at all? Just a kill on site policy. When your users beg you to ban an underage user, when they ping the mods in, they see that the person said it, right click, ban. Instead of umming and ahhing over whether the kid is posting hornily enough for that to be a problem, just get rid. I can't make you, but given what I was shown and then what I saw myself, it would be remiss of me not to suggest it. Hopefully this clarifies things. I don't normally like to dumb it down this much, but it seems necessary in this case. Now I'm going to cover a couple other things people have said in response. A lot of people didn't like that I explained the ooh-oh post and what that means. I explained because I think most people aren't familiar. So I showed this person explaining that ooh-oh is what they say when they see what lolicons call cunny, young characters. Young or small or childlike characters. And they say there's no problem here because there isn't a real child involved. Now they could be lying, but they said this multiple times and were consistent. They said, alright, since I'm 13, I'm maybe good for now anyway, Zam. I don't think it's good for adults to be hanging out with 13-year-olds doing this ooh-oh cunny shit. And
me too. Me too. I like all that weird ooh wow, ooh woo shit. Weird.
talking together about the cartoons they think are hot. Do you think that's fine? How many 13-year-olds do you chill with in a little chat room and discuss pictures you find sexy with? Wouldn't it be better if that wasn't happening and a place wasn't set up for it to happen by welcoming children? But it's not just the arrangement of the server that causes problems when allowing children. Your mods are a problem too, and their issues range from lacking the capability to deal with the responsibility of running a server that allows children, for instance just brushing off someone acting the way Black was, while claiming to be 14 and then 15, but it goes all the way up to being concerning, like the mod Precure, whose address I just found. Just kidding. Precure says they like being in these videos and I thought I'd give them a startle. Did you enjoy that? One of the people I pointed out in my first video, who I'm glad to have the scalp of, they were banned, had claimed in the server to have sent a thigh picture to a minor who had been pursuing them. They said it was to try to calm them down and they said it was clothed, but obviously, hell no, right click, ban. Someone says that in your server, they're gone. You don't need to investigate it, beyond confirming that they were making those claims. Precure Hunter, the person who banned them, argued that the adult is the one getting groomed. I left out context. I wanted to see who would instinctively jump to immediately defend this. Say it's okay, say it's a joke. Not check themselves, just, in their gut, they feel like this is fine and needs to be defended. Who is like that? The answer is Mama Oko.
Kind of feel like that's just another joke right now. I've observed the server.
No, not a black VTuber. No, I had to make it racial. No. Even if it were a joke, this shit's still weird.
Myself, because I've been in the server. I've been just sitting in there for months at this point. I never look at it. That just feels like another joke, my man.
As I show more examples, Mama Oko becomes increasingly certain that it's all a big joke, that the mod was saying this to troll me. They in fact have counter evidence that I suppose they're upset I didn't include. You see, they have evidence that the child was asking for it very aggressively. Someone asked Precure what they're trying to prove.
Oh my gosh, he is taking this at face value so hard. Oh my gosh. Chat, I'm autistic as fuck, and sometimes I can't tell when somebody's fucking with me. All right.
You know what I've hated? It's all lining up together. I despise any of you stupid fucks who hide your stupidity or your blatant hatred or your benign, your fucking subhuman ass antics behind I'm autistic as fuck. Fuck you. Go to therapy. Oh, I'm sending thigh highs to kids. Oh, I can't tell I'm being fucked with. I'm autistic. You motherfuckers make autistic people look retarded-er than they already are. And you ought to be embarrassed and ashamed by that.
Right? It's happened more often than I would like to admit. All right? More often than I'd like to admit. Okay? But I can tell right there that he is intentionally f***ing with him. That's what he's doing.
Mama Oko had been told earlier by the chat that Precure said they were deliberately trolling for attention. He left that as a big if true, instead of simply doing a 2-second search in the server he says he's in. Precure did say they wanted to get my attention and wanted to be in the video, but those posts were like this. I guess they win in the end. Their extended discussions of grooming ethics are not part of that. But before I show you those, Leaflit herself went onto Mama Oko's stream to defend this mod and respond to the situation in general. Leaflit talks about the Discord server not being hers.
And you had already told me it's not even your server. Was it started by you, or how does that work?
I can clear it up real quick.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a server, it's a fan server for the community. I don't get a vote in moderation. I don't do any moderation on it.
Interesting. 12th of the 2nd, 2025. I don't personally get involved unless it's just an easy ban, says Leaflet. I don't normally involve myself in Discord since I don't run it, but if I catch you using slurs in a bad faith manner, I will personally send you to the Shadow Realm. 30th of the 6th, 2025. Don't post needlessly edgy jokes. It can get the server in trouble. Fair enough. I do the same with Twitch chat and stuff. So I'm going to have to time them out / remove them, says Leaflet.
Oh, so you do man some shit in this server. Crazy.
I don't actually do any enforcement action at all.
If what I showed was the last time you were doing it, that's only been true for barely over half a year.
In fact, the funny thing is when it comes to there being younger people on the server, I said just nuke all of them. I don't care, right? I don't care about that.
Oh, I just don't care. Haha, let it happen. Turns out when Leaflet said it's the parents' fault, she was literally talking about her mother, the mod. This is bullshit. Grow a spine. You're happy to earn money off of it directly as your official Patreon server. You should also be happy to not let insane shit happen on it. Getting rid of it or actually ditching it is also an option.
I don't really have anything to do with which channels get added, or anything like that.
3 days ago, your mod Crazy claimed otherwise. I don't have any control, just the authority to demand a channel stays, and the ability at any time to revoke your blessing and association. The claim that you can only make suggestions when you do have the power to force them doesn't mean anything. Leaflet then confirms that her mom owns it.
But did you start it, or people are saying that your mom actually owns it?
The reason my mom owns it is in case that it's to protect from a crazy mom. Okay, so
what? Your mom owns it to protect from what? It's a Discord server. It's not your fucking ID. What? It's a Discord server. It's not your taxes. It's a Discord server. All you ever got it. This wouldn't be that big of a fucking issue. You just ban motherfuckers. Not try to troll and pay so that they could stay, not blaming a minor for use in their thighs. Just ban them. Just ban them.
With me, it's my mommy.
Sorry.
I had to see it again. Fuck my life. I had to see that again.
How old are you?
I'll explain this. There's been a lot of drama in the Discord in the past. And it's to protect, it's so that so my mom doesn't do anything either. Like, she doesn't do any, like, moderation or anything like that.
She doesn't do any moderation? What did your mother mean 10 days ago when she said, ban that guy? 4 days ago, when she responded to a mod ping, that was just a meme?
It's only in case, that way we can give the ownership to, like, a different person.
Yeah, my mom's the owner. She doesn't moderate except when she does. And she's only the owner so that she can make someone else an owner.
But in case there's, like, a crazy, it's like an ultimate contingency of, like, if the mods go out of control, we can, like, retake everything and give it to a different.
So wait a minute. It's a fan server that you only allow people in if they pay you, but you're not the owner, but your mom's the owner. But the only reason your mom is the owner of this fan server that you do not own, that you somehow also charge people to get into, even though you don't own it, is only the owner so that y'all could give the role of owner to someone else, but if they fuck up, you take it back.
We need to kill him.
Like, it don't make any fucking sense, bro. That don't correlate.
Different person. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. That's called being the owner of a Discord server. That's called having the final say. That's called being in charge. It's chit chat and Mama Akko says he'd just ban minors, to avoid problems. Yes, that's my videos. Correct, that's the point. Leaflit explains her server's moderation culture.
I guess what I would say is the mod culture on our server is we don't ban right away. Like, we have a very, like, our policy on banning stuff. And, like, you can maybe make the argument that, like, this should be a case in which, like, the person just gets automatically banned. But we are hesitant to ban people.
Sorry, we? Anyway, no, not people. You're hesitant to ban kids. I watch your mods not exactly be hesitant to Holocaust a bunch of people they were suspicious of. You guys are hesitant about certain bans.
Why?
Because of, it's because of reasons of people getting brigaded or, like, censorship or anything like that. Like, we kind of want people to be able to talk and be more comfortable.
You don't want to ban a motherfucker for censorship. You don't want to ban a motherfucker who's sending thigh highs to children for censorship. Oh my God. I feel like the more I go down this rabbit hole, I'm gonna walk out dumber. Like, I'm gonna walk out subhuman, being in tune with VTuber issues. And I feel like that's gonna be the worst. That's gonna be the worst thing that ever happens to me. That I fall down this rabbit hole.
I like to let people talk too, but what video was Mama Akko just watching before you hopped on? What was that about?
So that might be, maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. But
when it's someone who says they're a kid wilding out, certainly yes. If it says again, it's their culture, it's how it is. Mama Akko, for some indecipherable reason, finds this to be incredibly valuable information.
See, what's interesting about that is I feel like people would have found that out if they had maybe asked.
No, I know. I watched it happen. My videos about that. They do be hesitating. The people coming to the UK say it's just their culture too. They see about Nicandros' tweets for a while and yap about a bunch of other stuff. They do a whole bunch of Nuxtaku sweeping. It's actually crazy. And then they get on to mentioning my video. Leaflit decides to complain about a visual gag.
Which was like the thing about the, I'm banning him because he's anti, like, pedo. Right? And so, like, they showed that part of it first to, like, see that in your mind and then show the context after.
Wait. So you do watch these videos. Can you watch the Nuxtaku video? And just, like, have a stance on that one. Because if you're dedicating time to watching one made about your server, you can also watch one that has nothing to fucking do with you.
It's called a joke, sweetie. Must go on Twitter now. Comedy's legal again. If you show the context, it changes it. Yeah, I showed the context, dipshit. You've successfully explained the joke. If I hadn't, sure that would be a problem. But I love how that is treated like some kind of Israeli psyop. Well, Nuxtaku EPIing hundreds of thousands of kids is just, whatever. It's me who's seeding things in people's minds. Leaflit then tries to argue that what Precure said was a joke.
Like that. A lot of them are like that. And it's kind of like, he's trying to make a point that if you're he's making a joke basically that because he's like this and then he's also talking to them, he's probably projecting. So he probably is actually a PDF, right? And then that was the whole joke.
Unfortunately, Leaflit, Precure has already addressed this, and it was not a joke. Nine, who was being silly and just showed the start of the gag, asked, "What did you mean by this?" The mod explains their whole statement. Basically, if he was super pro-ped or anti-ped, then I knew he had grooming on the mind and wouldn't make that mistake honestly, presumably referring to sending the picture. If he had never mentioned lollies or anything like that and he was retarded, then it's plausible that he could have made that mistake. Precure justifies spending time to seriously think about this. The drama was basically a necro post, and the kid had already been banned ages ago, so it's not like it was time sensitive, and I just wanted to be thorough with my options. And one of the most obvious and basic things to do whenever you are in a he said, she said, oh my god, he said, she said scenario is to at least give each side the benefit of the doubt. I understand how many statements could be taken as just a joke, not seeing it in this one. This is the mod of a server that welcomes children, giving benefit of the doubt to someone who claimed they sent an image of themselves to a minor who was pursuing them sexually. Mama Arco further defends it by saying it's a shit post.
Harmful. Why do you have to act like me when I don't understand a joke? Bro, it's very obvious that this man is shit posting right now.
Leaflit elaborates and says that Precure statements are old internet humor.
Yeah, we just have a lot of like stupid humor. It's like kind of
Old internet humor. Oh my God, guys, remember back in 2016? I don't know why we think sending thigh highs to a child in 2016 is cool, nor would I think why would we do that in 2026. Like, I don't care how much you bored as fuck mid-20, early 30-year-olds view 2016. Your fucking life sucks. Your humanity deserves to end. If it's old internet humor.
old internet people. Old internet folk, and we
A little bit later, they talk about what they think me and people like me are.
like these people are basically.
Now look, I'm gonna rewind. I didn't watch this video. I didn't watch this video beforehand. I'm going in blind. If you watch this video, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Just let me find out for myself. If I fucking hear that these people who I guess are talking about this and bringing this up are a bunch of leftists, or they have left ideology, or they hate conservative this or anything like that,
is Democracy Manifest.
I might actually lose my mind. Don't tell me. Just let me find out for myself.
That Precure statements are old internet humor.
Yeah, we just have a lot of like stupid humor. It's like kind of old internet people. Old internet folk, and we
A little bit later, they talk about what they think me and people like me are.
like these people are basically modern day journalists. It's not really like that surprising.
Well, they definitely try to imply a lot of things and do a lot of these things to try and paint a narrative. And
I'm being quite direct. I think that server is an inappropriate environment to welcome children into and leave.
It wasn't what I thought. I'm fine with what the characterization was. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Okay.
Its mods are inept. Maybe if you clear house and get better people to run the server, you could keep having kids in there. I wouldn't recommend it though. If you keep these people in charge though, you definitely need a policy of banning minors on site. I mean, even Precure thinks that's obvious. A little bit later, Leaflit and Mama Arco suggest I should have tried to interview everyone involved.
I just don't understand that. Like again, when I covered, I'll just like say my own shit. When I made the Cinder video, I didn't tell anybody this, but before I started working on the first Cinder video, I DM'd almost every single person involved and asked them if they wanted to talk about it. Nobody ever got back to me, sadly. But like, if I had the ability to say, hey, Shy Lily, can you answer questions about this? Or hey, Bao, I understand you're hurt about this, but can you talk about this? And if they had given me that opportunity, I would have done it. I would have done it. I don't care how bad it would have made Cinder look. I would have done it because I wanted to get it right.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
Check it. I love that. There's probably somebody who hasn't heard that alert and it'll probably just be like, what the fuck? Check out the Bungo Taga vids. Oh God. I don't want to type in. You can't never trust anything that says Bungo Taga. I'm scared. What am I looking? I'm gonna tell y'all what I see. I'm gonna tell you all what I see. I typed in Bungo Tiger. Here are the first 3 videos. No bullshit. They're all from a year ago. Why Taga goes by she, her. Taga gets rizzed up. Is Bungo Taga pregnant? And in one of these 3, the thumbnail is what I'm assuming to be a half-naked VTuber. The Rapture. Can we begin it? The Rapture. The Rapture. The Rapture. The Rapture. The Rapture. The Rapture. But you know what? Should we do that this stream? We might. Depending on how much my brain short circuits, we might. We might. We might. Depending on how much the brain gives out, we might. We might. We might. We truly might. It all depends on my brain power at the end of it.
That's my goal. Yeah.
I don't know if it's AI, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to show that. But it's literally just fucking half naked VTuber.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
Number one, I appreciate the $4. You fuckers never have to do that. I would rather recommend, just me, hitting the thumbs up for you, boy. Because that last stream was YouTube featured. And now I'm trying to indoctrinate the world. But I do appreciate that. Go use that money to pay a bill.
Interview is indeed a tool one can use. My coverage is of what occurred in the Discord server and whether that's acceptable or not. Interviews in this case would be of no value to me and would have no bearing on what I observed. This is like a toddler's understanding of journalism. Not that I would consider what I'm doing to be journalism. If you're concerned about right to reply, the owner of the server I've commented on has access to a massive platform, and I'm currently...
Just for that, I'm hitting the thumbs down. Either or, you gave me something.
Presenting a response where my claims were made. If you want to actually discuss journalism, we can talk about something called doorstepping, if you'd like. But I think you'd suddenly be against getting comment from involved parties. Leaflit makes an interesting claim.
The weird thing is really what they're advocating for, and I mean, you know, maybe it is the right idea at this point. They're kind of advocating for an actual like ID system for Discord, to be honest. Like where could it go but that, if that's what you want?
This is a bizarre...
I ain't gonna lie. Personally, the way you motherfuckers just get on Discord and just be like lusting on minors in there, and that's not just one Discord server, that's a couple of them. Like, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm really not against too many of these fucking websites and apps having ID verification. I'm really not, considering what goes on some of these fucking websites. Yeah, you know, yeah. Like, yeah. I would rather. Yesterday, instead of buying edibles, I paid off my payment arrangement via T-Mobile. $171. Responsible adulting.
Our statement. A key part of my coverage, and in fact, the ending of my second video, is advocacy against overly invasive measures. An explanation that negligence like this is what enables it to happen. If parents aren't looking after their kids, and other adults aren't willing to do the bare minimum, then where else can we go? There is an alternative. You could do the bare minimum. Leaflit and Mama Akko then do exactly what I said leads to government involvement and private corporations clawing at your data.
If you don't want to hold like parents as being responsible for it, then I don't know how you do it other than that.
Online safety legislation is the government holding parents responsible. It is the government saying it's the parents' job and they haven't done it, therefore we get to step in. Same principle for any attacks by private companies.
Well, holding parents responsible is definitely the option that I think a lot of people are like, oh, but why should the parents...
No, they should. They need to.
Right. They should. Because guess what? You're responsible for the life you created, dipshit. And of course, if something occurs in that child's life that negatively affects them, they're going to look to you first. When a child ends up dead, they look at the parents first. But you know what also needs to be added to that conversation? The responsibility of other grown adults. For example, I do not have children. I know that I do not want to talk privately, sexually with children. If I were in a scenario where that were to be the case, yeah, that child's getting the fuck out of there. And if somehow I'm in a server where that's happening, I'm out of there. If they're not getting rid of that motherfucker, I'm leaving. Because I will not be tied to no shit like that. And I might have to phone somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's me. Just because it's me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Parents are the first line of defense for their children. Parents are the first line of defense. Yes. And if they fuck up, they should be responsible for it. But I'm not about to sit here. Like, I did this the last stream. Child gets raped. And the rapist turns to everybody who's like, well, the parents weren't watching the child.
We need to kill him.
My bad. Not to say the VTuber ain't an adult, but if they don't know better, how come the actual parents don't? The problem that I have, we need Poppy Playtime 7 gameplay. I might actually ban you. I might actually ban you for that statement. Because, like, every day that goes by is a day where I'm seeing a dumber take about Poppy Playtime, and it's just making me hate the game. every day. You know what? No, I'm not going on a side note. I'm not doing it.
It is wrong that they don't do that duty, but they don't do that duty. So what do you do about that? The government's answer is, we do that job instead. When people point out that parents should be doing this and they don't, they never provide a way to fix that. A little bit after that, Leaflit elaborates.
But as a parent, you have the final control over everything that happens to your kid. And that's my point. When I said that, that was the point of my tweet. And it wasn't even really about the nuts thing. The tweet was actually completely, I wasn't even thinking about like that specific situation when I said that. It's just when I was thinking about all of the stuff that people were saying, it made me think like, man, we could solve all this if parents just actually took care of their kids.
Cool, Leaflit. How do you make that happen? If you do not provide an answer after saying that, your position is actually, let it happen. If your position is that bad things are happening and parents should stop it, and you stop there, you are making an excuse. Also, I personally don't want to be surrounded by nonces, even if there aren't any kids around. I think that's a problem. How does parental supervision solve that? Leaflit then seethes about Nicandros for an extended period of time, and having complained that I didn't ask to talk to people, she complains that Nicandros asked to talk to her. Make it make sense. She then continues to seethe that people are asking her about the Nux stuff.
Because when I said that parents should be responsible, I never said solely responsible.
That's true of that one tweet, but she's been talking about this for quite a while. In her commentary on what happens to kids online and whose responsibility it is, and why restrictions are being put in place, she has in fact said,
like, dude, this is all the fault of people not taking care of their kids. This is freaking ridiculous. If you fuck up your kids, it shouldn't be my problem.
They yap for a while, and Mama Oko says,
what we're asking for is for parents to do more than what we see that they are doing, because parents are just literally handing technology to a kid and saying, go wild.
And how would she make that happen? She never, ever suggests anything. I don't have an answer for that either. That's...
I do. Because ain't parental blocks a thing? Like, I get it. You gotta fucking distract your child because you can't, you have to fucking manage the house, do tasks and all that other shit. You need something to distract the child. What happened to parental blocks? What happened to those? Did they stop being a thing? Am I old? Is Unc old? I remember, see, back in the day, you know, in slavery and all that shit, I couldn't get on certain shit because there was a parental block. I couldn't get on HBO. These motherfuckers had parental blocks on every fucking TV. Parental controls do exist. Parents just don't use them. You ain't a day over 35. Shut up. I'm dying. And it's just, and again, what they're saying is not necessarily wrong. My problem then goes right back to what I referenced. Like, a child is seeing things, and the defense from the motherfucker who's doing the thing is, well, I wouldn't have done it if the parent wasn't there. There's responsibility on all fronts. Now, you could put more responsibility on the parents, and I wouldn't really have too much of a problem with that. But I'm not just about to let it be 100% it's the parents' fault. I'd say more like 80. I'd say more like maybe even 85, maybe 88. But you still hold responsibility because you are a grown adult interacting with a child, sending them thigh highs. I fuck out my face. Fuck out my face. If you, any of you motherfuckers watching this shit, if you, assuming you're all grown adults, you send a thigh high or any sort of lewd picture to a fucking child, that's your fault. Whatever consequences come from that, your fault. You can't go in the courtroom and be like, "Oh, Judge, I wouldn't have did it if you know the child was never on Discord. If a parent did their job, I wouldn't send thigh highs to children." Nigga, you still sent that. Leon, is this stuff in your state of Nebraska? I'm not from Nebraska. What? I'm not from Nebraska. Fuck. Your Honor, my bad. Fuck.
That's why I talk about what can be done instead. The government has an answer to this request too. It's legislation. These people love to complain about that happening while literally asking for it. Solve this. Solve this. This needs to be solved. They're doing it. Later, Leaflit talks about the people who are talking about her.
And see, this is my dilemma now, right? My dilemma is, do I do nothing so that they see it, or do I farm them for content?
Allow me to present option C, enact a policy of banning minors from your Discord on site, or get better mods.
Or better yet, option D, delete the Discord server. Yeah? Aren't you from what the fuck are you? That's a racial joke. Like, I'm not from France. What the hell?
I kind of feel like just not giving them what they want is probably better.
I want you to instruct your mods to ban minors on site or get better mods. Why wouldn't you do that? To own me and people like me seems insane.
That's a ridiculous thing. You think by doing nothing, you somehow own these motherfuckers, while they continuously paint you as a motherfucker who's perfectly fine with children getting groomed and being sent like naked pictures, lewd pictures. That's not an own. Hey, everybody. I'm in this little kerfuffle where I have a server that's a fan server that I force you motherfuckers to pay me in order to get in it, where motherfuckers are sending lewd pictures to minors and are also saying the only reason that they sent them is because they got groomed by said minor. And I have all these people making videos on me about it, and the only way that I could own them is if I don't talk about it, while also at the same time talking about it on somebody else's stream, hoping to God because they have a small audience, no one finds it. I showed you, liberal cuck. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me.
But okay, if you wanted that to happen, you could make it happen.
Why would I argue with them? Why would I entertain any of their arguments? Why would I watch their thing when...
Because weird shit happens with kids in your Discord.
And you know what? Why would I engage with any of their shit? Then I don't want to, because I did this the last time. We're going to do it again. Because I hate this take. I hate this take from every single fucking YouTuber. I despise this take when it comes from these fucking YouTubers who make videos about shit that has nothing to do with them on a routine fucking basis. Who watches shit that has nothing to do with them on a routine fucking basis. When it's everyone else, it's fair game. When it's you, it's why do I have to engage with this? Every single solitary fucking video here has nothing, with the exception of ones directly mentioning the motherfucker. None of them got shit to do with Leaflit. The weird fixation on Daddy Asmongold notice me, and it got nothing to do with you. But yet, when your name is at the foot of discussion because you house a fucking Discord server where motherfuckers send I've said this too many fucking times in this one stream, sending thigh highs to minors, yeah, that got something to do with you. But you're too much of a puss to mention it, because now you'll have to actually hold yourself accountable for the, let me check notes here, dumbass shit that has your name attached to it. Oops.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
Harmful Opinions hates both Nux Taku and Bungio Tara. Well, I hate Nux Taku too, because I despise, and this motherfucker does this too, this gimmick where motherfuckers get online and talk about, oh, the degeneracy online has gotten out of hand, and oh, the degeneracy that occurs in this world, oh, the degeneracy. Promoting porn to children is degeneracy. Oh, it's hentai, it's porn. Having a Discord server where motherfuckers are thigh high in it and sending it to children is, checks notes here, degeneracy. Degeneracy. It's hold on. I'm getting a tarot card reading. Ooh, because that's another one that I'll be making a video on in the coming days. Ooh. Ooh, I'm getting a reading, and the reading says you fucks are stupid. By the way, because I just mentioned it, yeah, tarot card lady, and she's currently going through her trial to figure out how much she's gonna end up paying the lady she accused of murder. And I ain't gonna lie, go watch. You're gonna have to stomach through this motherfucker fumbling through his fucking words. but go watch a Tozy's recap of it, and I need you to understand how much I wish that this shit was being recorded. I need y'all to understand how much I wish this shit was being recorded. That was a long time ago. Yes. But the fact that it's still going on proves my point, that just because it leaves your algorithm of entertainment doesn't mean the story's over.
And your mods don't deal with it properly until they're forced.
It's so clear what they want.
I want you to ban minors or at least get better mods. I don't know how much clearer I can be. I thought it was pretty obvious from the last two videos. I'm not being presumptuous. This is a stream where Mama Ocko just watched them. They talk about sitting down and having conversations with people, and Leaflit says...
Yeah, I mean, that's how you actually solve problems, right? Like, is it about solving our problems, solving our differences, or is it about getting, like, some kind of, I don't know, community to pat you on the back?
It's actually about getting you to fix your shit, because someone told me about it and it's all f***ed up. If I've messed up, and I've missed something like this happening on my stuff, I would want to know so I could break the legs of everyone involved. Metaphorically, of course. A little while after, Leaflit expresses her sorrow at the change in the kind of person she has to deal with.
Because, like, a year ago, I was definitely a lot more willing to talk to people, and I was a lot more willing to, like, engage with, you know, these kind of bad faith people.
Never fucking do that. I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why y'all specifically want to engage with bad faith motherfuckers. It's easy to find people who disagree with you and like talk that out. But I'm not about to go back and forth with a motherfucker who's willingly choosing to be bad faith. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't ever do it. That's why you will never, and the Leon means never, see me doing a debate stream. Because I will not allow myself, nor you, to be bored out of your mind with a motherfucker being bad faith. I don't find it entertaining. And I remember when Kamal posted that video of us talking about this shit. And somebody's like, the point of us seeing the debate is for people to change their minds. Dickhead. The point of debates that you've seen on social media, especially live streamed, are so that a motherfucker can run up super chat donations while already having people who agree with them in the chat. Hello? Oh, all I ever want is civil debate. Then why the fuck is the content nothing but liberal owned for talking about gun control? Conservative mobbed when trying to cover up the Epstein. Listen, what gets more? The civil dialogue that's often boring, or the wokey destroyed, racist conservative takes the bait? Like my shaft is just protruding off of that right now.
If I'm making these suggestions and pointing these things out in bad faith, it doesn't change whether my suggestions are good or not, does it? Why?
It's about making the other person look stupid, not change minds. And that is why Kangalope is one of my favorite people. Women dying of menopause are my favorite people. My man.
Does she not want to make things better? In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. That does mean I win. And I'm doing this for Hassan Piker, so that means Hassan Piker wins. But why isn't it the right thing to do?
They're not trying to communicate. They're not trying to, like, have an honest conversation. They just want to hurt you for their benefit.
Yeah.
I want you to fucking ban kids or get better mods. If that hurts you, something's really wrong. You don't even have to say it's 18 plus. You just have to enforce it.
What am I supposed to hear from this guy and think, oh, he's just an inconsistent, degenerate fuck who's just out to try to make people bend the knee? It's like, what about what he's saying is so bad? Ban the minors, ban the motherfuckers who send the thigh highs, get better mods. That's it. You don't have to donate to what's a fucking thing? What's the thing? Well, you don't have to donate to the Boys and Girls Center to prove that you care about children. Just do something basic. But when you motherfuckers fight it, it makes you look more guilty.
When you say it's 18 plus, it can give the impression that certain things are allowed that aren't, and the little retards will out themselves thinking it's okay to, and then you just bop them. There you go. There's one way to do it.
I guess moving forward here with the Discord, my only thing would just be to be like, listen, there's minors in there. You probably should just cheat them.
What the fuck?
I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just So the thing that he's made 3 videos about, and I've agreed with, now when you have somebody who's like you can get access to and talk to, when they say it, it's now the fucking smarter thing.
It's not my server, so obviously, and it's not your server, I guess. So, you know, they can do whatever they want. But I would just suggest, to avoid future videos like this, get rid of them.
That's what I said. Look at it. Life could be a lot easier if you just nuked kids on site. I'm going insane. Yes, this is the whole point of what I'm saying.
What we're considering is like something along the lines of you either have to be on Patreon.
Patreon's a 13 plus site, and age gate is applied to 18 plus creators. But if you're not in that category, your solution is to get more money and still allow kids. It's 2026. Minors have debit cards.
Or you get like a really expensive channel point reward, and that like actually gets you access to the server. So I wonder if that would be the play. Like,
That'll help with ban evasion. It won't help you with the kid stuff.
I don't know, but in the end, I'm gonna talk to you know, Julio and Precure Hunter and Crazy, and probably just ask them what they want to do with it.
I know what Precure Hunter wants. Get rid of minors on site. I am genuinely losing it. They then have an extended discussion about stuff that won't really help that much with their problem, and Leaflit gives a life lesson about how people make mistakes.
People will make mistakes when it comes to things like, is that like a complete indictment of their character? That like, oh yeah, they love pedophilia because they made a mistake on their Discord. Like, I don't really think that's even remotely fair.
Well, I don't necessarily give too much of a fuck about what's fair. There's nothing fair about anything in this world. We have a fucking government that is currently hiding and not giving information about pedophilic actions that were occurring on a fucking island. Nothing's fair here.
I just want you to fix your shit.
No, I would agree. I think, unfortunately, these days people are just so apt to quickly making snap choices. And again, I think it would be solved if people did more talking instead of just more being ready to poke and prod.
Lynching.
Lynching, yes. Lynching.
Oh my god. I hate when you fucks use that word. I hate when you fucks use that fucking word.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got that person who said they sent a minor thigh pics in your Discord lynched. That's sick, and I'm proud of it. Leaflet then talks about leaving it up to the mods.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to how they want to do it. Like, I'll ask them like what they want to do. Like, I can give suggestions, obviously, but
you can also lay down the law. You've done it before. When people were saying the word troons, you stepped in. I showed it earlier. Just do it again now. In my first video, I called you spineless. I stand by that.
Everybody's kind of flying by the seat of their pants. They're learning as they go.
Leaflet, as I showed earlier, your server originally banned minors. You went backwards. You do that and or deal with your mods. I'm just going to say, nice. What I've seen going on in your stuff is insane. And we'll get back to that in a bit, actually.
And I think these people, they have no grace. They expect absolute perfection from everybody, and that's not realistic to how people...
I don't expect perfection from you. Expecting perfection is inviting the idea that no one is allowed to do anything wrong unless they have to suffer the fear and the fucking pain of the rack. The problem is that when you happen to be somebody that's tied to a wrong, you somehow turn it into a virtue about how other people are so bad because they called out the shit that you're attached to. Nobody's asking you to bend the knee. They're telling you, fix your shit. How do you go from banning minors to motherfuckers just being allowed to send thigh highs? How?
People are.
I don't personally consider expecting mods when they're alerted to get rid of someone who says they're a kid and talking about fertile femboys and breeding to be perfection. What the f*** are you trying to pull?
Maybe they'll grow up one day and learn that.
Hey, you'll have a lot more grown-ups around you if you ban kids.
I'm used to being the least mature person in the room.
Believable.
See, that's a problem. I'm used to being the least mature person. Yeah, that's only acceptable when you're a child. When you become a grown adult, that's no longer any like thing to say, because you have to be mature. Because if you choose not to be, you might get tied to some shit you don't want to be tied to because you spent so much time being the most immature in the room.
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
Okay, this is like the 4th time I've seen this in this chat, this stream. Is she 40? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. This is the 4th time y'all brought this up. There's no way. I need like a verification on that one. I need a verification on that one. Where did y'all find this shit? Asari is 40, not Leaflit. I could accept that, but I I can accept the mom being 40. Actually, no, I can't. Because why are you 40 with a Discord? Like, why are you 40 with a Discord server where motherfuckers are sending thigh highs? So it's like, I kind of can't accept that one. All right, if the mom is 40, I don't care. But even still, as a grown adult, she's not 40, she's actually 60. Since you motherfuckers don't know, I'm no longer going to assume that the one on the screen with the pacifier in their fucking mouth is 40. I'm still going to operate under the basis that this is a grown adult. Which means I'm going to ask this question honestly. Why in the fuck are you a grown adult deciding I'm going to make a VTuber model with a binky in its fucking mouth?
Hang on, maybe Leaflit does need to be destroyed. Anyway.
It's kind of such a weird shift to like everybody around me is being like a freaking child.
Yeah, because you welcome them to your Discord server, and your mods won't take appropriate action unless pressed. A little bit later, Mama Akko says something good.
Moving forward, if somebody says they're 15, I personally just wouldn't give them any quarter.
Yeah, good.
I mean, I feel I'm not perfect.
Sure, my first video was about this shit happening repeatedly with mods being pinged. I'm not perfect either. Maybe I've fucked up somewhere. I want to know so I can fix it. But I've decided to be a public figure, small as I am. So if someone wants to point that out with a video, and especially if they want to point it out because they've seen there's resistance to doing the right thing, and they want to force it,
because views, Leon. Like I said earlier. I said this earlier.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
I said this shit earlier. This odd I'm gonna have a binky thing, that's for one specific type of audience. That's for grown men. Like, that's for grown men. Out of pocket. The binky is very likely a VTuber model toggle. This shit's still weird. Like, this shit weird. Even if it was to make fun of grown motherfuckers doing it, it's shit still weird. Like, that shit odd. That shit is fucking odd. It just is. My guy, why are you going on a smear campaigning? It's campaign. And lying about a VTuber. What am I lying about? I'm reacting to a piece of video where a motherfucker is talking about how and I gotta make sure I get this right, a Discord that is a fan server that apparently in any other case should be free, you have to pay between £8 or £39 to get access to, is a place where motherfuckers in it are sending thigh highs to a fucking minor. And apparently this Discord is a fan server, but it's owned by the mother of said YouTuber, and it's only owned by the mother of said YouTuber so that they could give ownership to somebody else. But if they fuck up, they take the ownership back. It's not this difficult. I realize that. It's not. It's never going to be this difficult. It's not. It's never this difficult.
Fair enough. First example I gave in my first video, about an interaction I found unacceptable, I literally said, maybe mods didn't know about it, but it's still a problem because the server is set up to facilitate it. I don't think that's too crazy.
I would hope that if somebody sees somebody claiming to be a minor, they would ping me in my mod chat.
Great. And Mama Akko, from what I watched, was generally on board when I made suggestions along these lines-ish. Mama Akko knows what's right. But he's a pussy. He wants to keep his bridges safe. He's going to be soft, even when he knows what's right and wrong. That is gross. If someone's going to drop you because you don't just go, well, you know, it's not up to me, it's not up to you. Why do you want to be connected to that person? You talk about other people being clout goblins. Look in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm fine with I'm fine with Operation Hazel Nutella and just nuking all of the minors out there. I'm like totally fine with that, personally.
Then do it.
We win. Nuke them. Never invite them again. Never give him access, even when a motherfucker is trying to do it as a joke. Hey, I'm 13. Kick him out. And when he be like, I was just joking, don't bring him back. What a smear campaign that the motherfucker just ends up saying the shit that should have already been done.
You did it for trans people. You can do it for kids.
No, yeah.
But it's really up to, again, it's up to what they want to do, how they want to handle it. They have their own ideas for how things should go.
Hello, Earth to Leaflit. Here's Precure. She then says,
and if I could tell them what to do, then it would actually be my Discord, right?
No problem there. We've seen you making decisions. And your mod Crazy 3 days ago claimed that you go above their head to make decisions. You are not as hands-off as you pretend to be. And they then wrap up. Now, there's been a lot of talk about getting rid of minors or not. And that distracts from another issue I alluded to earlier. Precure's suggestion to ban on Cypher minors is good, but if you don't do that, Precure is a problem. You say it's jokes. You say it's bait for me. I don't buy it. This person cannot be a mod in a server that welcomes kids. Let's talk about Precures. Actually, it's about ethics and grooming. An adult got groomed by a minor because he was too retarded to listen to people when they told him to just block the minor, asks Norlax. Precure responds with a nodding gif. We have posts by the minor in this chat of them being sexually aggressive unprompted. They share a post by the person who said they were 14 and then 15. This is from the minor, soliciting the adult. And that was less than a month since the minor had joined the server. Not seeing the joke, can you explain it? I think it's kind of weird as well, but the adult was pathetic enough and the minor pushy enough that it's not unbelievable. Prazma Madras steps in to say, I think the important things to notice here are minor and adult. Only one of those can really be at fault here. Minor can do wrong, of course, but just ban and move on then. The mod says, their ages aren't actually that different. It's like...
We need to kill him. We need to get him out of here. He's unstable.
Their ages aren't that different. Y'all remember when we watched that fucking video about that dude who got caught in that sting operation? And he was a grown ass adult and he was trying to meet up with like a 13-year-old. And that old man said, hey, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, they're all the same. That type of shit, along with what you see on the screen, is why we have those age of consent laws. Because dumbass shit like this gets said a little bit too much. Early 20s. You know what that means? That means that's a grown adult. So we operating off the early 20s. That means 20, 21, 22, 23. So you as a 21, as a 20, 21, 22, or 23-year-old are you're sending thigh highs, lewd pictures to a 14-year-old. And then you got dumbasses saying the 14-year-old groomed the 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old. Oh. Maybe I need therapy. You know what? That might be it. I might need a little therapy. 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 And guess what? I don't know who said it. It was like 2 minutes ago. But the motherfucker said, oh, they've changed the rules of the Discord since that fucking stream. Well, wouldn't that be an admission of just like the smallest amount of guilt? Because if what happened to doing nothing and just like trying to own them, not responding? By changing the rules of the Discord where all of these fucking problems occurred, you admit that there was a problem. And when addressed, you change rules around it. The call is coming from inside the house.
Like 14 versus early 20s. Yeah, legally it would be the adult's fault, no matter what. But morally, they both seem to be at fault. Prazma Madras responds to the no matter what message and says, exactly. You can do what you want, but I would suggest that you stop painting the minor as the aggressor here, even if it's true. Whew. The only one who can truly be at fault here is the adult, and that's that. It doesn't look good when you talk about the minor being the baddie. I can only speak for myself, though. Why can't anyone have any conviction? It's sad. Precure Hunter says, I care more about the truth than the law.
I'm creating a poll. I don't know. I don't know how you fucks are gonna answer this question. I don't know. There are 93 of y'all. What the fuck? I don't know how you fucks are gonna answer this question. But it's like I'm gonna need honest answers, not your troll answers, I'm gonna need an honest answer. I'm gonna need honest answers, not no troll answers. Okay? Shut up, school. I need an honest answer. I've now put the poll in the YouTube chat. I need honest answers. I need honest answers only. I only want honest answers. I want honest answers only. Why? We need a third choice. You do not get no third choice. Who the fuck is answering yes? Whoever the fuck answered yes, show yourself so I can ban you. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. I don't why is there 22% yes? Ooh, I hate y'all, dog. I hate y'all, dog. I fucking hate y'all. I fucking hate y'all, dog. A child. A fucking child asking you for lewds and you giving them stands the reason why I'm gonna call some of these motherfuckers pedophiles. No, it's not a joke, Bo. I'm asking this shit sincerely. I'm not joking. You motherfuckers fucking with me by pressing yes. But you motherfuckers need jail. You understand me?
Basil Madras responds, I can understand that, I'm just saying it doesn't look great. I understand that the minor must have been a creep and definitely did wrong, but putting any focus on the actions of the minor does not look great. That's all I'm saying. Later, my second video is uploaded, and Precure talks about the situation so far to someone who wants a quick rundown. Within that, they say that in my second video, I'm talking about their logic not being good enough because they said it's possible that the adult was groomed by the teenager. They say they banned 15th Watcher on the basis of a preponderance of evidence. You should have banned them because there is a message from them saying they sent a minor their thigh, clothed as it was, because the minor was pursuing them. No need for weighting probabilities or legal jargon. You say that, you get whacked. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe the pic wasn't that bad. No, you ban them. And they elaborate, stating the real problem with someone like me. The real overarching problem here, though, is that people don't like dealing with people who are undecided or entertaining unorthodox positions. Like, it's obviously inflammatory to think that the child was grooming the adult, and if you by definition think that it can only go the other way, then you'll bristle strongly at the mere suggestion of that. They're memeing, yeah? This is just a meme, yeah? Haha, 4 chains. Then they explain the reason for ban that I showed you earlier. Kitty Des amongst that says, you think the underaged aren't the ones who are uncontrollably horny? You gotta pry them off each other with crowbars. Sure, teens are hormonal, but we're talking about moderating a Discord server where minors and adults interact. Precure responds and explains that their comment about age was not a joke. Yeah, that too. That's why I said it's not like it's an 8-year-old comment. If you're sending pics to an 8-year-old, then obviously it's grooming. If you're sending it to a horny teenager that specifically requested them, that's less obvious.
We need to kill him.
That's still... That's still... I hate this shit. My head, my poor cranium. My poor cranium.
It was literally just about how plausible each story would be. Prazel says, but again, still a minor. And Precure responds, of course, but if you have identical moral considerations for a 15-year-old and an 8-year-old simply because they're both underage, you're living in a fantasy world that doesn't actually exist. We're talking about banning someone from Discord for being a creep. You don't have to measure which fraction of a ban you give them. Just hit them. No need to hesitate or wrestle with the philosophy of grooming. You nailed them eventually, but you were struggling. People chit-chat and Precure ends up talking about the problems with the age of consent in general. Very epic Reddit chungus, my dude. This person cannot be a moderator on a server that welcomes kids. How the fuck is that controversial?
What the fuck? Why the fuck is open season scarce? I'm starting to recognize the inability for people to look at themselves in the mirror and recognize what they do and say might be a fucking problem. And I, for the life of me, don't give too much of a fuck about a motherfucker thinking somehow there's a smear campaign here. Holding ownership of a via your mother, a fan Discord where motherfuckers have to pay money to get in, where minors are being sent thigh highs by adults is a problem. And you could argue to the nines about how it's not. You're a fucking weirdo. But once this reaches enough fucking traction to be addressed and these motherfuckers change the rules around the Discord, that means they recognize or they have to concede that a problem is here, that if they don't fucking change, you keep making it worse. We gotta watch open season? No, the fuck we do not. No, the fuck we do not. So how do I timeline this? How do I timeline this bungo tiger? How do I timeline this? So you just hate VTubers? Bigot. Yes. I cannot stand you grown ass men who fucking create a fucking virtual fucking version, a child version of yourself. Yes. Fucking hate you. Yes. So you hate yourself. Well, I didn't make this. And that is not a child. That is a grown man with a beard. That is a grown man with a beard. And glasses. Mm-hmm. And I ain't got no fucking titties that I shake around. I don't fucking make my voice like this and say ooh ooh to try to fucking get that male fucking dollar. Looks like a kid with a Sharpie build. I hope your mama get beat up in the middle of the street. How Bungo Tiger faked an investigation. I'm not a little girl. Why Tiger goes by she, her. Where do I even start with this? Where do I even start with this? Like, I wouldn't even know where to start with this shit. An hour and 37 minutes? Jeez. Not a predator, but it's crazy. The forgotten Google Doc. Do you want the long or short video? I mean, this one's 7 minutes, but I feel like I'd be this seems like one of those videos that's just like filler before you get to the actual meat. But I feel like this hour-long one is the one that really
Any other
hammers
black
it home.
folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm a little curious. What is this? False ID is done. Twitch screws VTubers. Michi merch issues. I hate that my algorithm might start showing me more of this shit. is a summary of the... Okay. I'm going for the 22-minute one. Fuck it.
As you may have seen recently, nothing quite ticks me off like a slippery, manipulative anime avatar weirdo. And thanks to a little bit of information brought to my attention by Cope and Seethe on Twitter, Bungo Tiger can officially join those ranks. Forget the incredible exoneration document that reads like it's written by a 13-year-old fanboy. Forget Tiger's twitlongers. In May 2021, Tiger defended himself with a big old Google document. Let's take a look at it. Oh, turns out nowadays it's private. The internet, however, is of course forever, and there are multiple archives.
False ID is essentially VTuber Keemstar.
We need to kill him.
Like when you say that, I just wince. Leave the titty shaking to the chicken.
Archives of the full document available. I'm going to leave a step-by-step or more serious analysis to someone else. Today is all about what ticks me off, and we'll be jumping around the document freely. Regarding the allegation that they asked for a 17-year-old's lewd pictures, Bungo Tiger is a bit more talkative here than they ended up being in the 2022 twitlonger. They said it was an offhanded comment at the time. I thought nothing of it then or since. It was a bad, edgy joke for shock humor made by a stupid, edgy 19-year-old, which I regret making and I'm sorry to have made. After I said it, we immediately moved on and didn't think about it again. Okay, so far so good, especially if you can't see the original conversation. If I thought there was even a % of a chance that Ozzy would ever actually send me nudes of someone he or I believed to be underage, I would never have become friends with him.
How the fuck y'all getting nudes of underage? I don't want to watch that. What you mean? You got nudes of an underage? What you?
In the screenshot, he makes it clear they had already been deleted, and I ask as a bad joke, knowing full well he couldn't have sent them, knowing they didn't exist anymore. As he said to me, he deleted them. Let's take a look at that screenshot ourselves, shall we? Bruh. A server I'm a mod in, a lewd poster turned out to be under 18, but he's friends with the owner. So I need to go through 20 pages of nudes, deleting them individually. Bruh. Either Tiger is literally retarded and doesn't know how tenses work, thinking someone saying they need to do something means they have already done it. Or Tiger is willing to blatantly, directly lie, because he knows you won't check. My first reply in the tweets is FFS. Hey, that at least is true. Meaning for fuck's sake. The joke was supposed to be the immediate tonal shift of me sounding disapproving and then immediately encouraging it. I didn't say it was a good joke. Upon learning they were 17, I replied with, oh, who cares? Because they were 1 year from being 18, and
I can't, bro. I don't know. Strike one. I'm already uncomfortable. Like, you already got me in an uncomfortable position, making me listen to a motherfucker who I believe is British describing a VTuber, talking about how they got nudes from somebody underage, and apparently, oh, who cares is one of the first things out your mouth. And the rationale there is because they were 1 year from being 18. Like, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Oh.
I wanted to reassure.
Is America a real country? Unfortunately, yes. And even though, for some reason, I don't know why this was going on. Like a week ago, everybody, conservatives was bitching that these Olympic players weren't glazing Trump and ice. And they were like, fuck y'all, how dare y'all actively compete to represent the country and not bow down to some shit you don't agree with, even though you have that First Amendment to not agree with it. But as soon as these motherfuckers started winning gold medals, yeah! USA! I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Sure Ozzy not to worry too much about deleting the lewds, reassuring him that he probably wouldn't get arrested or anything. Of course, Ozzy knew that at the time, and he knows that now. There was absolutely no malicious intent behind these messages. What's that I smell? Oh, it's bullshit. A lot was omitted to paint this false picture. FFS, send me him though. Tie that bad, the mod responds. You saw him too, you better share. Just copy it and send it here. Wait, how young? 17. Oh, who cares?
I need an adult. I may be 26, but I need an adult. I need an adult. Let me see this again. I'm a server. I'm a mod in. A lewd poster turned out to be under 18, but he's friends with the owner, so I need to go through 20 pages of I gotta do them individually. For fuck's sake, send them no. That bad. You saw him too. You better share. I done made a joke here or there that's dark. But usually my jokes that are dark are for grown adults, shared with grown adults, and they don't involve children. Unless it's a school shooting. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I, like many people walking this earth, have made school shooter jokes. I don't see the humor in finding out that somebody's got nudes posted and saying send them. Like, I don't get the humor there, honestly. That humor there is kind of, a little off-putting.
You better share. Just copy it and send it here. Wait, how young? 17. Oh, who cares? Haven't seen the full screenshot that Tiger was talking about. Do you genuinely believe the oh, who cares line is Tiger saying, don't worry, you won't get in legal trouble because they're so close to 18? Or to rephrase that question, are you a schmuck? Are you a chump? Are you a...
So you never joked about priest? Oh, I've definitely joked about Pastor Dave going get him one. I definitely have joked about Pastor Dave going to get him one.
Hold on. Next up, we have the discussion of Loli and Shota and the art they commissioned. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you are a sicko into that stuff, please stick around, as regardless of my opinion on it and the people who are aroused by such images, there is sliminess here, there is slipperiness here, there is spinelessness and deception here. Plus, I've heard that even people into some Loli stuff aren't a fan of ToddlerCon. The first mention is on page 1, starting with the elephant in the room, pedophilia. If you've read the doc, then you've seen some private art. Can't be that private if I ended up seeing it. Just saying. Let's just get this out of the way. I don't like kids, and I'm not attracted to kids. I am not a pedophile. Brave. Can you imagine if they said otherwise, though? Now here's where the seeds of slipperiness are planted. The art is what it is. I've gotten Tiger drawn in diapers before. I've gotten him drawn in water sports art. Both have been addressed well over a year ago in tweets that are now deleted due to harassment, but luckily some have been screenshotted and are included here. Tiger being their handle and also the name of the character they represent themselves with. They then quickly apologize to anyone disturbed by the content. Okay, so next up we have a tweet that is addressing diapers and piss stuff, I guess. What are they going to say? Like, oh, you think it's gross and cringe, but it's just how I am, yada yada. Hey guys, I want to make a post saying I will no longer associate with the word Shota. My understanding is that Shota is the male counterpart to Loli. It's little boy characters. Not that I really did before, but I want to make it extra clear that I don't wish to be called one. I've had my eyes sort of open recently, and I'm going to distance myself from certain connotations. This is just word games. This is playing with labels. Why is this term coming up in relation to your commissions of your character in diapers or pissing? And how does saying, don't call it that, address that if it just is? A common problem with things like this is that you can't show people stuff, but they need to see it to understand. So I have curated 2 examples that I think are safe to illustrate why people call them drawings of little boys. Exhibit A potentially entirely...
Get me out of here. Is this the part where I gotta fucking hear from somebody being like, oh, it's a 50,000-year-old. Oh.
Innocent picture, even uncropped, it's a kid at a campfire wearing little undies. Could be a childhood memory. However, given its context as one of a few commissioned pieces and the nature of the other pieces, I would suggest, unfortunately, that is not what this is. Exhibit B. Oh, it's just a little kid sleeping. It's a wholesome, cute picture. You could see, oh, this is the water sports one. This is the variation that doesn't have piss squirting out and a look of pleasure on its face. But you see, Tiger has disassociated themselves from the
Okay.
label Shota, and now their little kid piss fetish art isn't weird. Tiger continues and says, I'm a little. Where have I heard that term before?
Hi guys, today I want to talk about what it means to be a little and a little bit more insight about what is age play. Age play is this...
He's talking about age play. That's strike 2. I didn't have to hear about age play. That's strike 2.
Huge conflicted thing of people arguing that it's just pedophiles and that's really skeevy and gross, but it's not about that at all.
Okay, might need to work on the PR for that one.
You really have to be careful because there are people out there that prey on littles, especially underage ones who are just learning about this community and learning the word.
Little wait. Underage wait. Time out. Littles who are what?
You really have to be careful because there are people out there that prey on littles, especially underage ones who are just...
Now let me just for a moment. Let me just if I'm to understand, if I'm going to go about this correctly, a little is a grown adult pretending to be a child. So if you were to have a, and I quote, little who happens to be underage, would that class not, would that just be a fucking child? Because in my head, that's a child. And a child should not be getting called a little. A child should be getting called a child. But okay.
Learning about this community and learning the word that describes them so perfectly.
Free advice to Tiger. Maybe you should have left this paragraph out when that is the first video that pops up if you ask YouTube, what is a little? Anyway, back to the manifesto. Tiger said, I'm a little. I like what I like, and my personal private kinks are absolutely not the public's business. Until you tell us, nor do I need to explain them to anyone. I would never condone the victimization of children, and I have preyed upon absolutely no one. Only commissioned this art. Okay, buddy, okay. Let's hear a bit more about that art then. Keep in mind that the art is even older than these tweets and commissioned while I was still a teenager. You might not know this, but as soon as you turn 20, your sexuality totally changes. I was not yet streaming during any of the timelines where these screenshots were taken, and during my time here streaming in this community, my commissions have been completely unproblematic. God, I'm so sorry you've been dead-shoted. It was all from a past identity you had. We mustn't speak of it. No more art has been commissioned like it for well over 3.5 years. Not to mention my character is of age. If I had to place his age in terms of human development today, I would put him in his 20s. It's a cartoon, not a real person. Wait a sec, isn't that normally your line? Unlike in real life, in cartoon world, age really is just a number. What matters is how it looks and the impression it gives. Would anyone really suggest that if an artist produced a photorealistic, hyper-realistic sketch of child abuse, such that, unless you knew it was drawn, it would be indistinguishable from the real thing? If they said, this is my OC, she's 50, would you then be upset with anyone who called people who jerked off to it thinking it was real pedophiles? Were they being unreasonable? Now that's a thought experiment with an extreme, and Chinese cartoons exist on a spectrum of realness, giving a more abstract impression. But never, ever dare pretend you're not a freak. Never, ever dare pretend it wouldn't be justified to fire you as a babysitter if the parents found out you were into this stuff. And don't you dare try to pull the, well, canonically they're 20 line when you're whacking it to a drawing that looks like this, but with added explosion of piss.
I don't.
And facial expression. Sorry for the detour, folks. We'll get back on track now. Another thing, Tiger says, I feel the need to respond to. I am frequently screenshotted saying, Shotas are hot. Of course, it's just all about a word. This magic incantation. Shota. Here's a cool screenshot where you don't use that word. And in the original document, it was attached to the earlier one where you were talking about the 17-year-old. So Tiger definitely saw it and was probably looking at it while writing this. The authenticity is not contested that I can see. And I certainly would have contested this one, specifically if it were false, in the same way Tiger later specifically addresses claims of racism, transphobia, and so on. Someone asks, actually like kids? Another responds, not real kids, no. Tiger says, Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, they respond. Tiger says, I won't tell on you. They say, I'm not into kids. Are you? I don't like real boys or girls, no. They're too annoying. Anime kids are hot AF though.
We need to kill him.
I want everybody to look at the screen. Now, I watch anime. I read manga. You know what I read it for? The psychopathic motherfucker who wants to defeat the villain. The motherfucker who he wants to save the world, and the only way he could do it is by turning into a 100-foot monster and committing genocide that ends up killing 80% of the fucking population. I want to see a motherfucker eat a finger and have a demon personality stuck inside him to the point where when it's unlocked by eating more fingers, the motherfucker kills a good portion of a town. I don't for the life of me understand why. Yes, I do. It's a fucking pedophile act. It's a pedophile thought, pedophile act. Yeah, I do understand. It's weird motherfuckers. It's weird motherfuckers trying to find normal in weird fucking shit.
I want to be one. Oh, there's the little thing. Hey, that crosses over into real life. That's their real life fetish. And love one. Little boys in anime are just so precious. I want to fuck a little boy. The term shows...
Is that strike 3? How far are we in the video? We halfway. Is that strike 3? Is that strike 3? Did we get our fill? I feel like that's strike 3. Are we done? Are we done? I part of me feel like we done. Part of me feel like we done. That's like a strike 3. That's the 4th. No. We been done? No, we were not done. No, that was not strike 4. We need more strikes. Can we look up Corey Holcomb? I'm not looking up some big ass black dude who talks all this shit about being a man who punched a fucking woman. Like, I'm not looking that up. The motherfucker's already a bitch. Like, I already know that he's a bitch. Like, what? Like, observing how this motherfucker operated in that stupid ass debate with that other bald motherfucker showed me that ain't nobody in that room worth a damn.
That's too much though, for the connotations. I'm just confused with this terminology. You'd think those Discord messages would come up at this point discussing terminology, the things Tiger says about these characters, right? That they said they find anime kids hot AF? You want to say, that is absolutely fake. I only said Shota sometimes and didn't really understand the connotations. Weaselly, deceptive, slithering, creepy, worm. Even if you don't find their desires strange at all, you can see, clear as day, they're not playing a straight game. And to further illustrate that, bearing in mind the quotes that were shown and were in the document Tiger's responding to, here's how Tiger continued on that point. In the past, and occasionally in the present, I used the word Shota to describe a body type, a small-framed character, not an age group. You can disagree with that definition, and a lot of people do. That's why I have avoided public...
Can we get nice animal videos? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely 100% not. We come here to recognize the inhuman activity that occurs in the world. Because if you don't learn it, when you first experience it, you'll be shocked. But you know what? We've gone for an hour and 50. We deserve a small break. This is a small one. And you know what? Fine. I give you a small break. I give you some food.
Lemon pepper jumbo shrimp. I'm going to be using Fire and Smoke Society's lemon pepper seasoning, which you can pick up at Walmart. Season up those shrimp first and set them aside. For the sauce, let's do unsalted butter, minced garlic, lemon pepper seasoning, and parsley. Once that's all nice and combined, also set that aside. Grill your shrimp around 3 to 4 minutes per side, and then put them in that sauce and coat them all the way through.
There you go. As a matter of fact, I give you one more. Why did I scroll down and I saw a fucking video and it's titled, I shit you not, I can't believe smug Alana betrayed me like this. I have no point of reference as to what that could possibly be, and there's a part of me that doesn't even want to know. There's a part of me that doesn't even want to know.
Let's make an insane roast duck. And I've partnered with Maple Leaf Farms to make you this. To start, carefully score the duck on the breast side, salt it generously, and brine overnight. Next day, the skin will kind of look bruised, but the surface will be dried out. Now in an oiled pan, I'm going to slide in some minced heartburn. I'm going to add in this Moroccan style harissa paste, and just make sure you work this on a lower heat so it doesn't separate. It's time to squeeze in lots of fresh orange juice. I'm going to give this a couple drops of apple cider vinegar. And then last but not least, kill the heat and add in lots of honey. And just keep in mind, this is one of those glazes that'll make a flip-flop taste good. Now on the bottom of a sheet tray, you want some carrots and potatoes to form a natural rack. I like to give them a drizzle of oil, tiny pinch of salt, and then I'll just give them a couple spoonfuls of our beautiful glaze. Lay the beautiful duck breast side up, and then just gently brush it with that beautiful glaze. Once every piece is covered with love, it's time to go into the oven at 350. 30 minutes later, pull out the duck and just glaze it one more time, and then back into the oven to finish cooking. When the breast reads 135 internal, just finish it on a high broil for 5 minutes. I want you to check out Maple Leaf Farms. This is their new halal duck. Fun fact, duck is considered a red meat and you could actually eat it medium rare. And as always, now bismillah.
Are we done? Can we get back to it? You got your break. You got your fucking break. I gave you what you wanted. I gave you time.
Publicly describing myself as one, or even mentioning it for most of my streaming career. If the use of the word in the past is enough for you to disassociate with me, that's fine. It's your choice, and I respect it. Even if we were to accept this joke of a word game. If what matters is that you were talking about a body type and not an age, what did you mean, Tiger, by kids? Not that I believe anything Tiger says at this point, but it sounds like they think that matters. Skipping forward a bit, surprise, we have more word games. The art. Quote, Bungo Tiger has a consistent habit of commissioning his OC as a child. If you guessed that the objection would be to the word consistent, your prize is in the mail. No, I do not. Again, as stated, the most recent picture shown as evidence is at least 3 years old. The other's even older. Bad phrasing. This is not something recent or reoccurring. This entire statement is once again misleading, as well as blatantly false.
Is that a break for us or you? It's for everybody.
I'll give you slightly inaccurate, but that's it. A screenshot of a tweet follows. It was irresponsible of me to associate my suggestive drawings of Tiger with the word Shota. I apologize. I will do better. I hope you all have a great day. Less than 3 fuck pedophiles. Was that meant to be a heart, or is that your cutoff? It's this again, this sub-autistic commentary of, sorry I used that word. I don't think that's what's freaking people out, buddy. In fact, the people who'd be most freaked out are the people who've never heard that word before and been desensitized in your little freak cliques. This tweet was made over a year ago now addressing the art. The art was commissioned 2 more years prior to this tweet. This is not new, and something I've already addressed, but since it needs addressing again, I have not commissioned art like this since. And to reaffirm, I apologize. Wait a second. I thought it was just the word that was the problem. Why are you apologizing for the art? Why are you convincing us you've never asked for more? If it was just the use of the term. That's far too close to a direct acknowledgement of the issue people have. I might even start thinking you have a spine. Quick, throw out a whataboutism. It's deflection time again. I've had lewd art of my character drawn with a small petite body type shared openly on—
Why is the play speed so fast? Why do you want to hear a motherfucker like softly whisper into your fucking voice as they explain lewd art? Is that what you wanted? You're not getting it. You're not getting it!
Twitter within the last month or so, and absolutely no one cared. You're all freaks too, you're just pretending not to be. See how this goes? I can only assume this is because it was done by a popular artist, but the fact remains that it contained the same small-framed body as the alleged images of child pornography. I could argue even more so. I don't want to see them. I'm not going to look into that. I believe this is inconsistent with the message being pushed by the Google document. No, you just need an addendum. You're all freaks. It's freaks all the way down. If someone is what they accuse you of being, that might just mean they are too, not that you aren't one. The worst offender is a very young-looking version of myself camping in underwear. It's not something I would commission again. Why not, buddy? What's wrong with it? Like I said, that art was commissioned years ago before I even began streaming, and I addressed this a year ago. Gilk knows this full well. He was there supporting me through it. Despite that, he put it in the Google Doc in an attempt to get back at me for banning him. These are not accusations anyone can just walk away from, and I am disgusted anyone would go this far. I still like small-framed characters. Then why wouldn't you commission more? And I try my very best to not refer to them as shotas and or lolis anymore. Sometimes it slips. Sometimes the person I'm around does so first. How often you having discussions about shota and loli with people, buddy? And I feel more comfortable assuming they use it the same way. Under no circumstances do I liken these images to real children. Sorry, this is too much. You're going to tell me that none of these kinds of images are intended to bear the likeness of a child, and you get no impression from these drawings that it's a depiction of a child. It is not a hyper-realistic, photorealistic image. There is some abstraction and stylization, but it gives child vibes. No, bullshit. Tiger, who is apparently openly a little, someone who does age play, pretends to be a kid for sexual purposes, said they want to be an anime kid. But they don't view those cartoons as being childlike at all. They don't liken them to a kid, even slightly. It's only a body type. You see, it's all abstract and doesn't connect to any pre-existing concepts in the mind. Shut it. Shut the fuck up. If the argument is that the characters' ages in some of the art is the problem, and not the body types, then I'll concede that. Wait, but earlier to Tiger, the issue was the age. They were explaining, oh, when they say shoujo, they mean a body type, not the age. Now we're working off the body type being the problem, not the age, and it's only some people who care about the age. I think this Tiger fellow has no fucking values or position at all, just does what feels good and then justifies it in the moment any way they can. Would you fancy that? I tried my best to age up the characters in most of the pieces, but that still doesn't change their canonical age. To those who this art upsets, I'm sorry. I haven't commissioned any art like it since and do not intend to going forward. All of these pieces, aside from Lynn's art, were commissioned well over 3 years ago. This is not art I'm sharing around to people I meet today. Why even pretend to care?
Yeah, that's all great, but I'm still stuck on like the whole you wanting to fuck little boys thing. Like, cool, you explain the art. Could you possibly explain like the wanting to fuck little boys thing? Cause that with the context of all the messages, that don't seem like a joke. That seemed like a plan of action. And just
It's so transparent. But hey, sad sack apology time is over. It's time to manipulate again. Off topic, but it needs mention. I'm done.
I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do this. This motherfucker says, it's got a picture of a child with the short shorts with the ass and the pussy print clear as fucking day, saying, I don't understand how this is even remotely a child. Why are we arguing this shit?
Understand how this is even remotely a child. I don't understand why this was described as child pornography in Gilk stock. This isn't even a small framed character. Ooh, all the lolicons hop in. Ooh, all the lolicons are getting fired up, right? He called it child pornography. He compared it to real child sexual abuse. Control F in his document. Child pornography, not a term used, even once. In the section of the original call-out that shows that image, and many others that I am not surprised Tiger didn't want to include in their document, the only written statement reads, Bongo Tiger has a consistent habit of commissioning artwork of his original characters as children, aging from prepubescent to just older than an infant. All of these images are sexual in nature and are largely kept private. Bongo Tiger also will often crop this pornography of underage characters to show it on Twitter, on his live streams, and create profile pictures. The images pictured below are all confirmed to be commissioned by Bongo Tiger. I feel that saying, hey, one of his multiple examples isn't insane absolute freak shit isn't the most potent snapback here. And we all know that he called it CP line is bait for the lolicons to go and wage a war for them. But Tiger says, this is just one example of the level of disingenuousness that is being presented throughout a majority of Gilk's document. Okay, Tiger, why didn't you show us some more? Show us some more examples of how he was being disingenuous by claiming the images are what he described. Show us a few more. I've gotten some art of Tiger in diapers, and some art of my adult character fully clothed kissing themselves. Hey folks, art's subjective, but I would absolutely not describe this as an adult character. Oh, but on the wiki it says 200. Is it the age that someone made up for it that turns you on? Or is it how it looks? And how does it look? It's just a picture of my adult character. Fuck you. This is true. Is it weird to some? Yes, I would suggest. More than weird to more than some. I can only imagine it must be. Does this make me a pedophile? No, it simply does not. I know some of the art might be shocking and gross, and it's not something I would or have commissioned today. I'm sorry you had to see it. Sorry, did you get conversion therapy? Again, why wouldn't you if it's fine? And you said you're still into that kind of thing. So, have I commissioned some weird and very kink-centric art in the past? Yes, my piss is boiling. We're back to, oh, the problem's the kinks, it's the pee-pee stuff. Have I done it since then 3 years ago? No. I apologized for it a year ago and I'll apologize for it again. Why, if it's fine? I'm sorry I commissioned this art. However, I am not a pedophile. Gonna be real with you, not a sentence you would catch me saying for myself under any circumstance. Anyway, this has been longer than I meant anyway. Let's get to the conclusion of this issue. In conclusion, I've commissioned art and used terms in the past that can be considered problematic. It's not a lifestyle I'm currently endorsing. I've made dumb jokes that I thought no one could take seriously, and for years they weren't. Mom, it's not creepy little kid art. It's a lifestyle. Get with the times. This is, of course, though, old Tiger. He's learned. He's developed new arguments, more powerful, effective rhetoric. How much better is one of his more recent statements? Chances are, he said in August 2022, your favorite waifu or husbando is not over 18. It's a common thing within anime for the characters to be underage. So I genuinely have no idea why it would suddenly be an issue just because the characters are boys.
We're not getting anywhere as a society. The line of thinking that I'm supposed to operate it with is, you spent so much time thinking that shit was acceptable, and then we reach a point where you get called out for the obvious odd shit because no matter how you slice it, it's odd. And motherfuckers still do the hit. Build another floor of hell. It needs to be done. There needs to be another floor of hell, because if we don't start building that second floor, not even second, the 90th floor of hell, we are doomed. We're cooked. We're fried. We're gassed. That's strike 99, by the way. But we made it to the end. We made it to the end. We didn't give up. We didn't saunter. And I think the only crime that we should bring upon anybody, where's the guy? Where's the one guy? Where is he? Hold on. Hold. Keep holding. Red Worm, you caused this. You got us down this rabbit. We were supposed to be done like 30 minutes ago. You brought us down this rabbit hole. Pay for your crimes. Get us all ice cream. We all deserve. We all deserve it. We all deserve it. I'm done. I need a shower. Chicken nuggets from scratch video. Well, I would need to get the chicken for that one. I would need to get the chicken for that one, which wouldn't be an impossible fucking task. But I gotta make sure that it's the right type. Because if I don't get like the right type, like listen, anybody who goes to Target, listen to me. Listen to me and listen to me hard. If you go to Target and you collect any of the product made by a company called Good and Gather, I actually think you might want to go to conversion therapy. You might need some conversion therapy. Good and Gather is the nastiest fucking food I have ever fucking had in my taste buds. Motherfuckers like Shame and Little Caesars. Little Caesars got some semblance of taste, and it's cheap. Good and Gather is essentially saying, hey, I enjoy piss and batteries in my fucking mouth, and maybe one of you motherfuckers like that shit, but oh my. Leon's never tried both of these nuts in your mama's mouth. Anyway, everybody, I'm out. I quit. I'm done. Leave. Get out of here. Go. Leave. I appreciate that. I appreciate you motherfuckers coming out. I appreciate you fucking watching and liking the stream. You sick motherfuckers. Get out, though. Little Caesars is not the best pizza. Fucking, they got several other pizza spots that are better than that shit. At least Little Caesars has good sauce. That is true. Little Caesars do got some good ass fucking sauce. Get out! Stop trying to fucking keep me here with conversation. Get the fuck move. Get out. Be gone. Be gone.